Stock market, Dow Jones, S&P 500, Nasdaq, man, even GDXJ, SILJ, silver, gold. What is going on? Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. All right, traders, what is going on with these markets? No bueno. No bueno? No bueno. Is that the word for the false breakout didn't happen that I talked about yesterday? It wasn't a false breakout. It actually didn't. I was actually looking for the breakup. You know, I was saying if we do get the breakup, that's going to be a powerful thing. Guess what the market did? No bueno. No bueno? No bueno. How do you say that? Type in the word silver. Type in the word metals and miners crazy. If you think the metals and miners are crazy right now. Anyway, hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button, bell button, click all the buttons there, and grab that free trading course that I'm giving away for free. I know we charge a lot of money for it. I'm giving it away for free just to help you guys out. It's like, go get it. All right. What's going on right now, guys? What is going on? So let's actually start with the stock market first, and then I know you guys are, John, just focus on the silver and gold. Don't focus on other stuff. None of the silver and gold. What's going on? Okay. So, firstly, guys, I want to give a big shout out to my private clients. We have a trading system, and we are absolutely crushing it right now. We're in a couple of trades. Oh my goodness, we're in one trade right now, and it's just, for my private clients, I am so proud of you. You've been patient, you've been waiting, and the trades we're taking right now, oh my goodness, and they're coming fast and furious. So private clients, I hope you're ready. I hope you're watching, especially today, right? Anyway. So what's going on right now with the stocky market? The stocky market, and also the miners and metals. So the thing we're looking at right now when it comes to miners and the stock market is this. Firstly, we have a bit of a head and shoulder formation here. I truly believe, yes, while this is a head and shoulder formation, and yes, I believe we're probably likely to start to get a more downside. I believe we're probably likely to get to the 26, maybe a 26,000 level there, maybe even a bit lower. But the sellers are lowering their prices right now. We've clearly made a lower high and breaking down, so the sellers are in control right now. But when I look at that weekly chart, this long-term weekly chart, we're still in a massive bull market here. So trying to trade against what I call the master time frame, which is that higher time frame, is always a risky thing, right? Because you never know when this weekly chart is going to turn around. The highest probability trades, like for example, right, there was two trades that I'm in a few trades already, but there was two trades that appeared today on my scans for me to trade, and one was against the weekly trend, and the other one was with the weekly trend. Now, which one do you think is going to give you much more of a high probability, right? We have a really good trading system, but then we have the trading system with, obviously with the weekly trend, right? So that's what we're looking for there. So we can see we're having that through there on the Dow Jones. If we have a look at the S&P 500, now here's the interesting thing about the S&P 500. Notice the S&P 500, we're slowly going down. We're not like a thumper, tum, right? We're not getting a very big, strong move down. We're getting very volatile, small little pullback. This tells me that we're probably likely to see this pullback here. If this is going to be some sort of major topping pattern in the markets, we're probably likely to see after this pullback is finished. I don't know, we could still get a bit more downward move from here. And if we do get a bit more downward move, we're probably likely to, if this is going to be a major topping pattern, we're more likely to see a bit of a pullback and then a rally up and then a rally down. And then you can say, oh, look, shoulder, head, shoulder, and then a breakdown, okay? The reason why is because we're slowly going down through here. We haven't really changed trend at all when it comes to the S&P 500. And what I mean by that is this. If you look at this chart here, look what's going on right here. Right? We're still in an upward trend, so we can't call top now. yet, right? Ow. Ah. All right, so we can't call top yet. Why? Because look at this. We still have, what's going on now? Still have a move up, little high low, higher low, higher low, bit of a slight higher low, and now we're just coming down through here. So this still could be, or even down through here, could be some form of a, what? Say it with me, higher low. So if we bring our good old Fibonacci tool from the high to the low point, you can see we're right around about that 50 to 62% level. If we break the 3200 level, then that tells us that this whole upward move could be coming to some sort of an end. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to stop. It just means that if we do break this level through here like this, then if we do start to see the pullback, there's more chance of that happening then. But if we hold here, we could then start to see a bit of a move back to the upside. Now, a lot of people have been saying, John, but what about this massive, let me go back to the weekly chart here and take the Fibonacci off the screen here for a minute. What about this massive apex you talked about before? Yeah, this is a weekly chart though, right? This is a weekly chart that takes many months for it to unfold. These are weekly bars. So yeah, we may get down here in 12 months, in 2 years, or it may happen sooner. We don't know, right? That's going to take time. You're not likely to get something like this again. This big flush down here, you're not likely to get something like that. It's going to be more of a slow squeeze because remember right now, what is the issue right now? It's debt. Debt is right now, it's being controlled. Okay. So it's not like a big bang issue. It wasn't the coronavirus. It wasn't the banking industry in 2008, right? It's not the big bang. It's the more debt the government has, the more it's squeezed, and so on and so forth. So it's more of a slow grind and gradually. Now remember also, guys, the Fed is at the helm here. So if they are going to print more money, well, you know what's going to happen to a lot of that money, right? Or at least some of that. So that's the theory anyway. Let's just watch the market. But right now, we are getting a pullback, and we're still making this could be significant higher low before we run up. So this is not, I believe, the top yet until we start to see more action. Again, I don't know exactly for sure. But once again, guys, if we look at the Fibonacci levels from the low to the high point, from that low point, you can see it retraced less than 50% and then continued. If I go from the low point to this high point, low point to high point, you can see it retraced 50%, and then continued. If I go from the absolute low point to the high point, you can see we're right at that 50% level, close to the 62% level there on that low point there. So that's what I'm seeing through there. And that's the same for the Nasdaq as well. As high as the Nasdaq is, and as high as what's going on right now, what I'm seeing is once again a slow, gradual going down. So we have more of a chance of this thing holding here and going or holding, or maybe not here. We may have a bit more downside from here, but after this pullback is finished, we're probably likely to see something like this first. If we are going to see a bit of a rounding top, we're probably likely to see something like that coming into the markets. So that's what I'm seeing there now on the stock market. Moving on now through to the GDX and GDXJ. I was talking about, here's the GDX as well too. I was saying yesterday, you know what? This here could be some form of a false breakout. We have to wait and see. No bueno today. Putting right to the downside. Broken out of this triangle pattern, breaking down. So we could see a bit more downside coming in now, the miners. But guys, that's the absolute short term. My long-term picture, if we start to see a bit, like especially on the GDX, we start to see a bit of a drop down. Let's actually see this through here. So let me take everything off the screen. Let me erase everything off the screen here. And I'm going to go from this low point to this absolute high point. You can see now we're getting down to the 62% level there, aren't we? Yeah, right around that 62% level there. So we are getting a bit of a weaker pullback through here. So it's going to be really interesting to see what goes on there. But this whole big bull market we're getting, nice little higher low. I wouldn't want to be trying to step in front of that. Like if I look at the GDXJ, same sort of thing, right? We have major levels of support right there around the $50 level. So this pullback here, guys, I believe is likely to be short-lived. This is a bit of a shake and bake, I believe, because the trend is majorly up. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw, even if we do get a bit more downward movement, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a bit of a turnaround. Same for the SIL. Boom, boom to the downside. We go to our weekly charts once again, and we can see the weekly charts have started a big move up, and now we've actually hit that. You see, look at this here, hit that level of resistance, and now we're actually breaking to the downside. So, again, we may only get a little bit more downside, guys, before that happens, and same for this as well too. Yesterday, I was like, is this going to be some sort of false breakout? I was like, by the way, guys, I was hoping this was going to be false breakout, but I never trade based on a hope. I trade based on my system. If we did get a break up and in, it's like, oh, then there's the move coming. But no, we didn't get that. So if we have a look at where we are right now, remember, guys, I've never once said out of all this time we are definitely going to break up and out of all these here, especially even silver and gold, right? I've been saying, do we break up or out? Not like I've never once said we're definitely going to break up and out. I'm like, this is the pattern we're looking for. We could see this. And now you can see we're getting a very big sort of slamming down when it comes to silver. This is also the main reason why, guys, if you remember this, it's so interesting. Everyone up here, when I was saying no FOMO in the markets, is freaking out right now. So, so we're seeing this thing so we're getting a big breakout out of this channel on gold. And so this is no longer relevant anymore. This channel here is no longer relevant anymore. So if we bring this up, and let's actually just see what's going on here, but a bit more of a shorter term basis. So let's just draw some channels and all that down home country goodness. I got that there. Got a bit of a major level of support level through here as well too. So there's a bit of a channel, a bit of a triangle pattern going on there. Let's bring a Fibonacci from the Fibonacci level from the low to the absolute high point. So we're around about that 50% Fibonacci there. We're actually breaking down now. So it looks like it's like starting to get a bit more weakness than one would have thought. But even if we do get a bit of a pushback, guys, somewhere, I believe that this channel, even if we do get a continued drop down, I believe we're only going to get down to the bottom of this channel. So if I bring up the daily chart, you can see that we may even have this now coming into play, because we did hold here for a long time above that 900. Now we're breaking back into this long-term channel. Remember I said a couple of videos ago, if we break into the channel, then we could see a drop down to 1750. And then also looking at the gold, looking at the silver market as well. The silver market actually has really good support levels just around that sort of maybe 20, maybe even 22 level there. So this could be a really good buying opportunity for silver for long-term. I'm not saying it is. But if you are investing for long term with silver, this shouldn't bother you at all, because that's what you expect, it, right? You expect pullbacks, swings, and so on and so forth. I was saying this to my private clients, but remember this back here? Remember this back here with gold? We had a big flush down, and then we had a big move up. You know, that's what happens in big bull markets, right? So, but then obviously when you get into a position, you make sure you have a level where that no matter what happens, you get out for a loss if it is a loss, or for a profit if it is a profit. So we're getting a bit of a strong pullback through here, and that's what's going on right now. So a big move up, and then now we're getting a bit of a flush down, and a lot of people are getting killed right now when it comes to these silver and gold. I personally am in silver and gold long term, but I bought silver and gold like a year ago. Oh, sorry, I bought silver, should I say, not gold. I bought silver. I sold my gold. Where was it? Up here. I sold my gold at around this level, actually where it is right now. Interesting. As we started to break up, so I sold about these 1850 to 1900. That's where I sold my gold, or where the GLD was equivalent, and then that's what's going on there right now. So on a short-term basis, guys, lots of volatility. If we are going to see a deflation in the stock market or the indices, which looks like we're starting to get a bit of a weakness now, that may have a cascading effect on the short term on miners and metals, guys. So just be prepared for that. But moving over moving the next couple of years, you know, I have no doubt we're likely to see a pretty big bull market out of this here. But on the short term, lots of volatility. Just making sure, guys, that whenever you put a position on, that you've got your risk in place. And for you guys that jumped in, I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys jumped in on, say, silver or gold, or trying to jump in early, when I've always said, if we do get the break up and out, we never got the break up and out, did we? And we broke down and out. Then that's what it's all about there. So that's what I see through there, guys. Lots of volatility right now. But on all of this here, there's lots of them without, forget the stock market, forget miners and metals, the indices there. The individual stocks across the market is providing amazing opportunities if you know what to look for in a really good trading setup. So anyway, guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Crazy times right now. Grab the free training course, and on the screen there should be a couple of videos there. Click on those to get some more training from me. Speak to you soon, guys.